Here we are. Yes! Another week.
It's the disrespect for me.
Disrespect.
What it means to me, come.
Be prepared.
Do you want it?
I don't want
you're
it.
asking for it. You're dying for it.
What now?
Being so drama, I can attest. Trading niggas at a penny press. Arms for red, everyone can be. Sister girl, Mr. Birthday. Peace for poppin', I pussy ass bitches. Ring of my wire, carry me. And that just ain't no team.
Relax.
The D, the I, the S, the R, the E, the S, the B, the E, the C, C. You see, it ain't no team.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Disrespect. Happy Pride, everyone. I'm your host, White, and our lovely host as well.
You know who it is, Miss Cleo, right now, because I'm off of work. Definitely happy Pride. I love y'all. I hope y'all is celebrating, doing y'all biggest of ones, being very prideful, singing it from the mountaintops, girl. Singing it from the Top Gun Maverick, girl.
Okay, period. You know, I heard Top Gun was giving like Brokeback Mountain tease, like very much like undercover love story. You know, the girls love to romanticize and sexualize everything, though.
Yeah, I was about to say most successful white men over a certain age bracket give me Brokeback Mountain, but I didn't know if I was allowed to say that. Like, I think men are really into men, and I think white men are really into white men. Like, I think that's where the dick swinging contests come from. So it don't surprise me that the girls are in the writer's room, writing up some sexual tension in between the boys and their toys. So,
I mean, the conspiracies are everywhere. They talk about how Mark Zuckerberg looks like, and I'm copping off a little boosie, y'all. He looks like an alien, a lizard,
A reptilian?
yes,
Reptar?
very reptile.
Have we ever seen Reptar and Mark in the same room? Somebody let me know. Have we? Have we? Because I would be interested to poll the jury. Have we ever seen them in the same room? Because he looked like a Komodo dragon to me. I'm just gonna be honest. He looked like a Komodo dragon.
That I've ever seen Reptar and Mark Zuckerberg in the same room.
Have you ever seen any reptilian and Mark in the same room? Because the motherfucking shapeshifter,
Are the allegations true that you are secretly a lizard? I'm gonna have to go with no on that. I am not a lizard.
But I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. Say whatever you want. I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. And you can spit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to. Bye.
I'm sure they be in the same rooms together because he's not the only one. I feel like I be seeing a lot of videos where people be clocking like people eyelids like closing from side to side. It would be like
this instead of this.
Yes.
I know exactly. The girls are giving for the girls who are listening, let me tell you, we are hamburgering. The girls are giving hot dog. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Like, we're giving north to south. The reptilians are giving east to west.
Yeah, very much crazy blinkies. Yeah. I don't know why they eyes be doing that, but it'd be like always like a celebrity, somebody that's high, like in a position of power, like in a political aspect. And
definitely,
I don't know. I'm sure there are some like poor versions of reptilians out here that just don't be on cameras. But what is going on? What is happening?
I don't even think it's no poor reptilians, honestly, because first of all, Mark and his reptilian, every day I think Mark gets up and zips up his white skin around his scaled ass body. and clears his throat before he eats about 3 mice in his bathroom and starts his
Hey,
day.
yo. I saw this video where he tangent. I saw this video of this news lady. And it looked like a fucking fly came out of her eyeball.
I know what
and they were saying
it's
it
like
was an
when Mike
eyelash,
Pence.
bro.
It was like when Mike Pence was doing his VP debate, and that damn fly was on him for so long, and it didn't move, and they was like, "He's the devil."
Yeah.
Because why is the fly solidified on you?
It's always
why
fly.
Is it coagulated into your forehead?
But the fact that the fly came out of her eye, that shit scared the fuck out of me. Dog. It gave me chill.
Yeah.
But then it fell. It fell in her fucking mouth. Why she fucking swallowed it?
She's a reptile. She's a frog. She's Kermit. She wakes up every day as Kermit. The girl said yum. The girl said red robin. Yum. Delicioso. Like Dora said.
You say delicioso? Say delicioso!
She'll grow out of it.
Delicioso!
Yeah.
The girl said that was my snack for later. That's crazy. That is crazy. You would pop out and show niggas like that. That's wild.
Where were we?
Oh, Mark. Mark is a reptilian. He, even when I saw him go to like the Congress floor and, because a lot of like the Facebook was getting into like the misinformation, false information, a lot of like the graphic and like violent things. And I'm not sure what all Mark was called for to Congress, but when you get called to Congress, the girls want there to be a level of transparency. They even want to see some receipts. They want, you know what I'm saying? They want to get to the details. So I just remember watching Mark and thinking,
I'd like you to answer yes or no.
This man is a Komodo dragon. Like, I'm with you on the way, the soullessness of his eyes was just weird to me. The way he sat there was just weird to me. And honestly, I don't know, outside of like going to, I don't feel like nobody sees Mark.
But it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still. But I was just referring to myself in the past. Not that I was not human.
Even Elon, big body, big upper body, little small lower body.
Elon look more like a human than Mark, but
he does.
I think just the level of like money and power that you have just makes you seem unreal at a certain point. Because even like dude like Tom from Myspace, like Tom was just a good-hearted person. I feel like.
Was he? Did we ever see Tom? That was the tea, though. Did we ever see Tom?
Nah.
Has anybody ever seen Tom?
I think he moved out of the country.
He wooed his ass. He infringed on Sinclair. Dropped 2 woos, baby. Said fuck 3 woos. We don't need a woo woo woo, baby. Just 1. For you girls who are too young to know what we are talking about, when we were menaces on MySpace, Tom was the inventor of MySpace. He was the developing doll diva of MySpace. Okay. And you could chat him. We could chat him. You could be telling Tom, F your mom. You could be telling Tom the cure to cancer. You could be telling Tom when the buses run. You could be telling Tom the price of tea in China, baby. It did not matter. He was responding, woo, exclamation part. Why? Why? Have you ever really thought about that film? Why? Why even make it available to do?
To respond.
And it's just woo. And another thing is, who is Tom? Because I never, outside of that motherfucker on his little, with his Pythagorean theorem on his little board, when he was sitting in his Fruit of the Loom shirt over there looking like he was about to write on that whiteboard, I never seen Tom.
I haven't either.
I've never seen another picture of Tom.
I couldn't even think.
Is Tom short for something? Is it Thomas? Are you a Timothy? Like, what? We know nothing of this man. We know nothing of the sort. Like, just I don't even know where Tom was. Just woo. Tom woo. You would have thought the man, like, they up to something for him. The girls are up to something. I'm not really sure if they're even
He was trying to tell us
real.
World Overlord Ordinance. He was telling us in code, friend. He was trying to warn us. The War of the Ones is happening.
And I was too dumb. I was too busy getting cussed out over my top 8 to put together what the fuck. More look, you got your antennas. What Kelly is saying, where were your antennas when you was getting wrong? I was too busy getting cussed out. So I did not put the pieces together that Tom was trying to give me. Wherever you are, Tom, because I know that's not you. I know that's not you. So wherever you are, I guess thank you for trying to tell us early. Because I mean, it could be conspiracy theory. There's a lot of conspiracy theories surrounded around, like you said, people with a lot of money, tech entrepreneurs, the developing doll divas. I mean, I don't know. Do you have any like conspiracy theories, friend, that you like think about, keep you up at night?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I already think that even outside of Silicon Valley, if you go down south to Hollywood, they say the Hollywood elites also run like not only Hollywood, but America, like the world. It's supposed to be the Illuminati or the New World Order. And a lot of these stories that come from like small creators to even like very well-known creators are very creepy.
But Cat Williams was correct when he said those mansion parties, and y'all don't understand what go on with that shit, man. Cat Williams said they was letting him in, and the stuff that he was seeing was blowing his mind.
They be having these big-ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited than a motherfucker to be at the mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you fuck around and look in the wrong room and shit.
I went to one time, I've seen them really bad. They actually kill people there and stuff. They pay like up to like 100,000 people to see people get executed. I'm not kidding, but I went to another one where literally I saw like the grossest. I wanted to throw up.
So this one's interesting. You and Usain Bolt.
Yeah. We were in London and we went to this place called Cirque, I think. He was there randomly. And it was a weird club. It was like a weird satanic vibe, like people dancing with masks on and horns and shit. Next to us, there was a lady with a big-ass cloud hat. It was just a cloud with rain coming down. It wasn't a lady, it was a boy, but it looked like a lady.
And it seemed like some of them might be trying to lie for clout, but some of them don't really have nothing to lose or to earn from the stories they be sharing. And especially like the more like higher up people, it's just weird. I don't know. It's like you don't know what to believe these days because some of these people be like, oh, security guards or friends that were just, or you might just be a random person that got invited to one of these parties or events and seeing something, walked into a room and seeing something you weren't supposed to see. And it's like, what would you do? Because anybody that lives in LA or anybody who's a creative really and has sacrificed like comfortability in order to try to further your brand or career understands that desperation is a real thing. And a lot of people are willing to bend their morals and values to get further.
True. And in a world like this where we grew up on the statement that always came around that not all publicity is good publicity. Baby, the developing doll divas came in and said, fuck that. Because the way tech and everything moves, it's like publicity is publicity. And so to what you said, why, of course, it's like there are people who've always been like this, pre-tech, pre-social media, who would do whatever they need to. That I think that's where the stigma of like certain women and some people saying sleeping to the top, not saying that everybody is sleeping per se to get to the top, but we have certain sayings that we know that lead to believe that people are going to do what they got to do. First one in, last one out, to get where it is they need to go. And right now, because of how fast everything in the world moves, you're right. Like, you don't know if some of this stuff is true or not, but we've always heard about it. So if you tend to believe, like, yeah, it probably would be true. And as far as like the Hollywood thing, we have seen a lot of people speak to things going on, things that may be otherworldly going on as it pertains to all of the music industry or the entertainment business, certain aspects. So I always feel like, you know, what's really going
And
on,
how deep does it
especially
really go? As far as, is this like just human greed and sickness of humanity? Or is this beyond the human realm? Like, are these people really reptilian and different species? Or is this like a very much spiritual battle that is happening on, from the angelic realm down to the depths of hell and below? Like, what's really happening? Are we just caught in the crossfires right now? Because
we
this
may,
seems way deeper than what is really surface level.
once you said that, it may be a spiritual battle, because to like touch on one of my biggest conspiracy theories, we always talk about how you can shift a culture and shift everything if we can get 1% of people to be aligned in a goal. And I'm gonna look my man up, but my biggest is aliens, getting into aliens. And it really made me think about one guy. Is his name Stephen Greer? I really want to look him up. Have you ever seen the documentary about him, friend? That he speaks on UFO sightings and
I may have.
healing spirits and entities. Yes, it is Stephen Greer. Stephen Greer, he is the founder of the study of extraterrestrial something. Anyways, y'all get into that. He has a documentary, friend. I wanted to watch it because it was on aliens, and that's mine. Do they exist? Do they not exist? And when everybody did the area, what was it? When they was about to storm the place, all the people was signing that petition saying they was going where Arizona, wherever they thought that underground base was.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a girl like since Rings, the old movies back in the day, Alien Invasion, since Mars Attacks, baby, I've always just thought there could be something here. Stephen Greer is great at explaining and debunking the entertainment aspect when we watch movies about how aliens are always viewed as invasive, aggressive, coming to take over, like all that. And the first time he explained it was the first time I ever heard him say, I'm gonna give it to the 1-2 for us and break it into our terms. Them niggas could spin the block on us if they wanted to. Why wouldn't they? They could spin the block on us if they wanted to. If they were so mean and they were so invasive and aggressive, because anytime people have always talked about aliens, it's always been they're so advanced, they're more technologically advanced, they're always moving forward than us. So we're not going to act like they wouldn't maybe be technologically advanced enough to wipe us out. So that was the first time I heard that, and I said, he's right, because I would think, like, why wouldn't you? And then he starts hosting events where people are seeing healing lights, who are going to think and being healed. They're using this type of cameras to photograph things. He has a book that teaches you about how to kind of like not induce a UFO sighting, but how to communicate. His overall goal is not like, I don't scare people. It's not like, oh, let's bring aliens, or oh, let's turn into aliens or whatever. But he believes through his hundreds of sightings, experiences, that these higher beings, I don't even know if he calls them aliens, want us to be more peaceful, want us to elevate, want us to, like the next level, the next chapter, like to be something else. And he speaks about how we could shift the entire world if 1% of us as humans all together had a collective like goal, a collective sight in mind.
In our own galaxy alone, which has 100 billion star systems, the same number of stars that we have as we have neurons in our brain, interestingly, that we're dealing with civilizations just in our own galaxy, which is one of billions, that are able to go through interstellar space. Now, I want to touch on this for a moment because it deals with a little bit that Linda referred to in terms of trans-dimensional or other dimensions. And the technologies and the sciences dealing with this subject are what we have termed trans-dimensional interstellar, TDIS. And this refers to very advanced sciences and technologies where there is a nexus between electromagnetism in the magnetic field, gravitational forces in three-dimensional space and time, and what Dr. John at Princeton in the engineering lab began to prove is the science of consciousness, which was actually an issue that I did talk a fair amount with Lawrence Rockefeller about. Now, a lot of people say, well, this gets into the deep end of the pool very quickly, and in fact it does. But I think that it's important to understand that if you're dealing with civilizations that have gotten here, and that's what we're dealing with, you're not dealing with something that can go just straight through space at the speed of light even, because the speed of light is too slow. And I remember when I was having dinner with CIA Director Woolsey and his wife, and actually the really most insightful question came from Dr. Woolsey, who at the time was Chief Operating Officer of the National Academy of Sciences. And she said, what I want to know is, how are these civilizations communicating across the vastness of space? Because your cell phone and radio waves are going at the speed of light. And I said, yes, that's just too slow. Speed of light is way too slow. And I had a gut check. I said, do I tell her the truth and lose all credibility as a scientist and a doctor? Or do I tell her something that sounds scientific, but that's really not true? And ever since then, I have vowed that if someone is intelligent enough to ask the question, I will provide the answer as truthfully as I can. So I turned to her and I said, well, Dr. Woolsey, it's like this. It turns out thinking is the best way to travel. And the speed of thought is not quantifiable. However, when you start getting into the new physics that have been done, where you have the ability to teleport across vast distances instantly, and this has been done with particles, but we're talking about civilizations that can do it with entire spacecraft and occupants. You're dealing with an entirely new physics. But their communication devices and their own innate abilities allow for thought-actuated events. And I know Dr. Wood may mention this, and that he discovered when he was doing some work for old man McDonald of McDonnell Douglas, that he looked into some cases where in some meetings with these ETs involved a little box, and there was a direct thought communication, but it was also being facilitated through electronics. And this is something that we call technology-assisted consciousness and thought. And this is a very specific area of study that I've really devoted about 22 years to, which may be beyond the scope of this hearing. But I think that in terms of just bringing this issue around, there are so many aspects of it that are very exciting from the point of view of science, technology, and understanding the universe and ourselves. And also, who are we? And where did we come from? And how is it that we exist in this cosmos that is and I agree with Edgar Mitchell on this, that is a conscious quantum hologram that is awake and that we are all part of, and that mind itself is the ultimate final frontier, not space, but consciousness in mind.
That's always been so interesting to me as I've gotten into manifestation and other stuff. So I'm just like, maybe there is a spiritual war going on. Maybe there are some outside influences. I don't know if I'm alone with my little tin hat on about the aliens, but I do think that aliens exist. I don't know if I go as far as to say they mark zipping their body up, baby, and walking around getting their Starbucks, but why not? The limit does not exist. Why not? If they were that technologically advanced.
On Men in Black, what they was doing, they was literally zipping themselves up and walking around like you and me.
And they're not, and again, to the point, they're not, as far as we've known, violent. Because the girls would have wiped this out, baby. The girls would have wiped this out, and they haven't.
I feel like we have been communicating ever since, like, the Nixon era, like that time period. I just feel like stuff started getting really shiesty ever since then. Like, the moon landing. Like, they come out with a movie now about how they faked the moon landing. And, like, are you serious?
I remember when I learned that because we, again, a Southern saying, as we like to say, trying to keep up with the Joneses, baby. And I don't even know who was it. Who did they say made it first? Maybe Russia. I'm not sure, but I remember later in life seeing that they said we faked it in order to compete with whoever really was going to the moon or was saying that they was going to the moon.
Right, the space
and we
race.
wanted to hopscotch our way to the front, and the girls faked it and say, yeah, we been. And you're not to be trusted. Because for what? For what? Why would y'all lie about something like that? Who cares?
Yeah, it's very suspicious. Yeah, they say Stanley Kubrick like directed the whole thing, but
not Quentin Tarantino calling
Yep.
his director's chair. Listen, there's craters. I need more of a feel. I need you to feel like this is something happening for the first time. Shout out to them girls. Could you imagine the green screenery to say that you was on the moon? One small step for man, one giant step for mankind. Cut. You know, because I really think I could just put a little more soul into that. Can we just take that back from the top? I really think I could have done that better. Like,
please.
I can't. But I mean, conspiracy theories go far to everywhere. I was just looking on Instagram the other day, and I'm gonna find the video so we could post it. Maiya the Don, a rapper out of New York, was saying her little conspiracy theories go down government, but to tie it in, she thinks that because she's never seen a baby pigeon, and she's from New York, she's like, "Yo, where the baby pigeons at?"
I think pigeons are from the government. I don't know. I never seen a baby pigeon.
Only a city person would say that. That's some real city hood.
Pigeons is too gangster for me.
Oh my God, have you ever seen baby pigeons?
Nah, I can't recall.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
I ain't never seen a baby pigeon.
Me neither.
And I've never seen a pigeon fly. Can pigeons? They can't fly.
Can
they can fly.
I think they can.
Fly.
I always see them do a little scooty
They
boo.
just be on the ground. They just be on the ground.
They give the oh we gotta go, and they like.
Yeah, they never just fly off. Yeah,
it's never a takeoff. No, it's never.
We gotta go.
It's we gotta go. It's always we gotta go.
Every time. Every time.
You're like, girl, this is giving ground landing. Look one.
Girl. Yeah, I've never seen a baby pigeon. I've seen a baby possum. I've seen a baby deer.
Rat.
I've seen a baby rabbit. Rat. I'm scared of them, but
me too. But I've seen baby ones. I've never seen a baby pigeon.
No,
hey, actually, that's your call right there. That's your call to justice right there. Your call to action. Find me the baby pigeons. Find me the baby pigeons.
Seen a baby squirrel.
Yeah. I don't know if they pigeons would be, and like they do have movies where they talk about how they have robotic pigeons as like a way to watch and monitor and listen to the masses. So are the girls listening to us? Because we know, like on my phone, if I say anything to this little mama right here, if I say anything around her, okay, she's giving nosy, like when your mama and them used to tell you stay out of grown folks' business, when you used to get yourself caught laughing at the barbecue, when the grown folks laughing at some shit. I could think it. It's getting to the point the bitch might be telekinesis with me. Because I could think it.
Read your mind. I try to get all up in your mind,
And it'll be right there. It'll be right there within seconds. I'm like, wow. Did you chip me? Like this is getting awkward. We gotta stop meeting like this. I don't know. It goes on and on and on and on and on. Y'all gotta get in the comments and tell us what's y'all conspiracy theories. What do y'all is true and non-true? Are y'all believing me and white that there's aliens, that there's something going on in Hollywood? Because even like like the that deep dive that they do about the Denver airport and the big blue
horse,
demonic horse that's outside of it, and all the paintings
with the red eyes.
Yeah, all the paintings that are inside the Denver, Colorado airport, and the big ass
the doors that lead to nowhere.
Yeah.
Scary business.
We on to y'all.
Yes, y'all send
Who
us
you gonna
your
call?
best conspiracy theories so we can talk about them some more. Cause it's my kind of avenue. I love it, juicy, like spicy, like
all of it. And if you got receipts,
oh girl,
if you
tread
come
carefully
with,
now, don't put yourself in danger. But
oh yeah. Don't get that little FBI text that drop down when they be like, "We're watching you, bitch." Don't do that because we do not have the resources. We don't have the resources to help you, baby. Don't let this Top Gun Maverick shirt fool you, girl. I ain't got it. I'm not Brave, baby. I'm not coming there. I'm not Tom or Cruise, baby. You just gonna be where you at. Don't be in a jail cell under Guatemala trying to help us. Don't do that, okay? But
right, wink. This big ass eye of mine. I'm
here's
winking.
not the wink, but the biggest of winks. The biggest of winks.
Girl, that's crazy. But yeah, that's fun, y'all. I had a good episode this week. I hope that everybody's taking care of yourself and enjoying the Pride Month so far. We're gonna be turning up all month. All month. Y'all, go check us out on Patreon. We have new merch out. Merch. We love y'all so much. Merch. You got anything to say before we close this episode out, Clee?
You pretty much said it all. We love y'all. We thank God for being here. Definitely tell us about your conspiracies because, honey, I'm a clumsy girl. I love to do a deep dive. Baby, I trip into a rabbit hole, okay? Because I got 2 left feet at sometimes. So definitely send us that. Definitely enjoy our Pride. Send us pictures from the parties. Send us playlists to what the girls are playing out there in the streets. Definitely get our merch. Definitely know that you are loved. And don't party too hard this weekend, baby, because I do expect you, Foxy Force, to be clocked in on the 14th floor immediately, promptly Monday morning. Okay, don't get caught slacking. So until then, mwah!
Bars.
I would say no bars, but I know y'all hoes going to the bar tonight. So just play the music.